shuts every one of them down. That's a full team kill.
What is that?
Another.
He's looking for third. He's going to get it.
Not the kill, and Vastek's going to find another one. He finds that shot. He finds two.
He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's going to go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back to the channel, as here we are live now with your St. Clair Saints Rocket League versus West Virginia with NACE StarLeague playoffs. Josh, super excited to be here on the mic alongside you today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I mean, we've seen this St. Clair team come all the way through the regular season, and now we're getting into playoffs, round of 16, I believe. So, we've got a ways to go tonight. We've got a double header for you tonight, whether or not the Saints win or lose this first game, which is always great to see because you're guaranteed 2 games of Rocket League tonight.
Yeah, lots of Rocket League action coming your way this evening. So starting us off, we are going to be in the winners side of the bracket there in the round of 16, as 16 teams remain in winners, 24 teams remain total. So with that one being said, a win here in our first matchup up against West Virginia tonight would put us in the top 8, and that next match is going to be very interesting as well. The winner of this game will be either playing the winner of is Shahono or something.
Shenandoah, I believe.
Shenandoah, yeah, something like that. But then, or it is going to be Northwood, the demon of Northwood
demon
over there,
of
yeah,
Rocket League,
for sure. So that was where things get a little bit interesting. The Saints win tonight. We're most expecting a Northwood opponent probably in our next up match. However, if they drop down, we don't exactly know where they place down into the lower bracket, but we will be seeing a lower bracket match as well if they do drop here in this first game. So, do you have any predictions for us for St. Clair versus West Virginia?
Predictions for us. Honestly, I'm seeing something like maybe a 3-2. Like we know that this, as we're getting into playoffs, right, the games are going to get so competitive, right? As we're getting farther and farther into NACE StarLeague here. So yeah, I'm going to say 3-2 for the Saints today.
Yeah, the NACE StarLeague playoffs are definitely looking very, very competitive here, and it's definitely not an easy run to make it to the semis, to the grand finals, whatever it may be. So the Saints are coming through, I believe, at the 4 or 5 seed here in this event, and they're looking to maybe place in that top 4, top 5 area, right? I mean, I feel like that is kind of where we're expecting to see the Saints over the course of this bracket, but there's some couple tough matchups. So West Virginia in itself is not going to be an easy one. You were saying a 3-2 prediction. I definitely am around the same range as you here, feeling a 3-1, something around that area. I feel like if the Saints get a little bit too confident here tonight, if they start going for these triple commits, start going for a little bit more of these riskier plays, it could hurt them in the long run, and West Virginia could really utilize on those mistakes and come through and find some victories in their own self. But with that one being said, I'm going to go with a 3-1 for the Saints here tonight.
Yeah, like you were saying, I mean, West Virginia, they're definitely a team, if the Saints get overconfident, a little bit cocky, to be honest, and they start sending 3 players on that offense, we could definitely see West Virginia punishing them for those mistakes. And when you're getting punished like that, if 1 goal, 2 goals, next thing you know, you're 3-4 goals behind, and it's hard to take the game back from that point.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good teams here in the NACE StarLeague playoffs as well. Just to name a couple, I mean, we got Northwood, Stockton, St. Clair, all those bigger name schools. Even West Virginia here, one of those ones. So lots of big names. It is a 34-team bracket. So we saw those 34 teams. We're now down to a guaranteed top 24 position. If the Saints go 0-2 on the night, we will be guaranteed, we will be placing 16th to 24th. And if they go 1-2 on the night, we will be guaranteed to go into the top 16 there. So the Saints, I feel like the goal here tonight is to at least try to win one of these 2 games, whether it be here in this first one. If the winner's match, though, we're going to be a little bit more ideal to win. If they could win this first one and go up against Northwood, I wouldn't be too upset against for like a Northwood loss in the second game tonight. But I think the big game here is the first one, because it really makes us jump a whole round of that lower bracket and makes our life easier not having to play as many games moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. Coming into that second game, I think the Saints will be completely fine. As long as I think the main one is this first game coming out now, this winner side game going up against Northwood. It's gonna be a tough game should they win this first one. It's we're expecting
if Northwood wins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if Northwood wins, Shenandoah is always there to beat them. But yeah, whoever they go against up in quarters, just getting into quarters in the winner's side, definitely very key. Just reduce the amount of time you're in lower bracket, right?
Exactly. So the games for tonight are going to be scheduled for 8 and 9 p.m. With that being said, we should be getting underway with our first game here, the best of 5 versus West Virginia, in just a few moments as the players are lobbying and readying up. And then for our second game, it will be scheduled for 9 p.m. So I'd expect probably, a good 8:45, 8:50 finish here for round our first one, and then we'll probably be seeing a quick little break before we hop into our game number 2 for this evening. But I completely agree with you said when we first started here. It's super exciting that we have a guaranteed 2 games. It's not often that we're going to be like, all right, guys, we're coming in here streaming 2 Rocket League games, regardless of what happens, win or lose. That is what's happening. Yeah. So it's very nice to see. We're getting 2 games tonight. You can win both of them. You can lose both of them. I mean, you can go 1-on-1. Regardless of that being said, 2 games maximum, 2 games minimum.
Yeah, and we have a lot of 2-game nights here on the stream too, but we don't have a lot of like a doubleheader of the same game often.
And of the same tournament.
Yeah, that's big too, actually. Yeah, I guess we never really do have like much of that here. So
with Rocket League being exciting. A lot quicker, it definitely makes it a lot more doable and definitely makes it a lot more workable here for them. With that being said, I'm not exactly 100% on the starting lineup when it does come to West Virginia here for this evening, but I do have your St. Clair Saints starting lineup. So that is going to be consisting of your typical starting 3 when it does come to those CRL rosters. When it does come to a majority of these events, it is going to be Spoods, Comp, and Jay, the 3 guys that have been putting in a lot of work over this season here for this roster and for the St. Clair Saints as a whole. And they've been winning quite a lot of stuff. I mean, in June 3rd to 5th, they're headed down to Dallas to play in Worlds there. And then just coming up this weekend, I believe it is on Saturday, they will be headed down to Game Time Detroit to compete in an event themselves as well. So make sure they have a lot of action-packed stuff going on here in the next couple of weeks. And NACE StarLeague playoffs, I feel, is a great opportunity for them to get warmed up for that, so they can get settled in, as well as playing against top teams. Like, I mean, potentially tonight we could be seeing teams like a game story against West Virginia and Northwood. And so to see a doubleheader, if we see a doubleheader of both of those 2 teams, that gives us a ton of preparation going into this weekend, going into June, whatever it may be.
Yeah, especially going into Detroit, right? Northwood is one of those teams that you may even find the Saints may find themselves facing at that land there, right? So yeah, super action-packed schedule for Saints Rocket League Gold here, and you really just gotta follow those Twitters, get on the socials, and stay updated to what is going on. Keep updated with them because there's always so much going on here.
There is definitely so much going on here at all times of day. And speaking of that being said, if you guys want to stay a little bit more in the loop of what's going on, Saints Gaming CA on all of our socials. And with that being said here as well, one thing that would be very, very interesting to talk about is how we are recruiting for fall of 2022 and 2023. With that one, we got the Academy program coming in here in the fall. We have lots of varsity offers able to come out as well. So as you can see on screen, up to 100% tuition scholarships available. If you guys are interested in becoming a Saint yourself, make sure you go and apply at stclairsaints.ca/join. Academy offers so much more positions if you are a player that might not have a crazy amount of experience in the scene as of yet, but is looking to grow, is looking to build that competitive edge to yourself. Make sure you go in, submit an application, regardless of what you're looking for, with a lot of experience backing you as a very strong player, or whether you're kind of new to the scene and want to get a little bit more involved in esports. Make sure you just go and apply at stclairsaints.ca/join because nothing hurts to apply if you're interested in becoming a Saint yourself.
Yeah, Academy, it's a great opportunity for so many people in and around the community to start getting involved, especially if you've got that competitive drive, you've got that competitive edge, you want to get in there and competing. It's a great opportunity to try and jump on.
Yeah, that's exactly it here, right? So just going to talk about a couple more things here before we do actually jump into the game number 1. Next being our attire for this evening. It's so nice. So, I mean, we got a jacket, you got a sweater on. It's very, very fantastic, right? So if you guys are interested in getting some Saints merch here for yourself, acquire.ca/Saints will be where you can locate that. T-shirts, jackets, jerseys, crew necks, hoodies, masks, flags. I mean, man, we got it all over here. So make sure you guys check that out. Saints merch, acquire.ca/Saints. All very comfortable and very affordable here if you guys are interested in getting some for yourself. And I will tell you, it is definitely very, very nice. I can fall asleep in this jacket.
Yeah, I have fallen asleep in this sweater multiple times. All right, and we should be getting into game just in
we're just getting word it's saying 2 more minutes or so until we actually do hop into this one. Just waiting on a few more players and any kind of readies up here in the chat. But no worries. we got Josh and Jackson here on the mic.
Yeah.
I mean, we could say entertained, right? We got 2 minutes, no problems. So with that one being said, this one is going to be a very interesting match. Specifically for the Saints, I'm really looking to see them utilize this backboard, them to go into these corners and find these 50-50 wins and really go in there and try to make these plays. I don't want to see a lot of maybe specifically comp going in, making these one-man show plays. Utilize your teammates. They're there for a reason. You know, it's a lot better when you can use that teamwork to actually open things up. I know, for example, the passing plays, goalies are rarely expecting that. Those are things you need to do here at this point level of play to come in through and be able to hit some of those shots, because otherwise it's going to be a little rough. I know one thing that the Saints have been doing a little bit more as of lately as well that's been working. I was playing a little bit more of that gritty play style where they knock away the goalies, get some more demos on the board. Things like that could really be utilized here to help them out and try to take this game.
Yeah, for sure. We see a lot of teams like always capitalize on the demos. I think demos are such a huge part. Like if you can not fish for them, like you're not trying to constantly find them, but if you have that quick time to just get a demo, that's a third of the team down when you're trying to go score on this goal. And if you've got one player rotated back on your side, you're taking this ball up, you find a demo, that's just the goalie left. And, you know, that really helps your chances of finding that goal. And like you said, you don't want to be going in for those one-man shows, right? Because, it makes a nice clip. You can't deny it. It makes a good clip. And it can work
out every now and then. It's just not consistent enough compared to these team plays. And another thing I just never want to see here this evening is a triple commit in a situation where we do not need to see triple commits be made. With that being said, if you have, it's a 1-goal game, you're sitting on that lead, there's still 2 minutes remaining, no need to triple commit. Let's keep away from those here. With that being said, we are going to be hopping into this game, your St. Clair Saints versus the side of West Virginia University here, and it is going to be the side of St. Clair starting things off. So it's actually a best of 7 here today as playoffs as well. I see that on screen here. You guys can see the 4 bars on the side. So best of 7 coming through here. My bad, my incorrection. That is going to be from the best of 5 format we were anticipating. But no, best of 7 coming through. St. Clair Saints versus West Virginia. Now, rather than having these 3-1, 3-2 predictions, you got any new prediction for us with this being a best of 7?
Best of 7, see, this changes a lot of things. Oh, as the players get very close there, and a nice little save by Magic, but yeah, best of 7 coming in here, that kind of changes things, right? This gives both the teams a lot of time and multiple games to adapt to what the other teams are doing. So, I don't know. We could see it go into like a final game, like 3-3 kind of situation, but I could also see a 4-2, something like that for either team here.
Yeah, I haven't seen best of 7s in quite some time, so it's nice to be back into this format as we are into the playoff action. We want to be able to determine who the winner of these games are, and I definitely do like to see that. So with that being said, St. Clair and West Virginia still at zeros here after the first minute and 20 seconds of play, as St. Clair really trying to fire off some of these shots. Like we were saying, Comp Spoots, Jay, your starting lineup for St. Clair. For the side of West Virginia, we do have Falls, we do have Magic, and then we do have Rots. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So Rots actually a demo. Now that we're speaking about it, Jay going to go down.
Yeah, Jay going to fall, and Falls is actually taking it all the way here. Off the backboard there, but Comp is going to find the clear there. There's still more pressure from West Virginia, keeping it in here.
Yeah, Falls comes through.
Oh, that's a quick one, but Comp is there. Just barely to snag it once again. The shots are coming on. The pressure is there. Saints, you got to make something happen here.
Yeah, Jay's up in here. He's trying to get in possession of this ball, but it will be cleared out from his teammate. Now over towards midfield. Magic in possession. Jay trying to go for that 50-50, but he actually will not make connection. This is quite the opening for Falls, and nobody to stop him. West Virginia will open us up with 1. That's a 1-0 advantage here. Just 2 minutes and 46 seconds remain on the clock. We're approaching the halfway marker in this one, and a great start to this series for the side of WVU to find this 1-goal advantage. And now St. Clair is the team that has to answer back.
Yeah, West Virginia really putting the pressure on there in that first 2 minutes of the match there. And is it another quick one? No, Jay is going to be able to clear it out. But, man, West Virginia looking very, very strong here. The aggression, it's on point. And Rots is always there. As Falls gets the ball in, right, Rots is always there to just help. Look, yeah, there, just keep it in the zone. Keep it in the zone. There it is. Once again, the pressure continuing on. Spoods able to hit the ball just past Falls, but Rots quick on the rotate with Magic there as they try to clear it out of the orange zone here.
Yeah, Jay coming around the corner. He's going to boost up as Comp does have the possession of the ball. Spoods will actually interfere from the goal and take this one away, but Rots once again able to slow down the play from St. Clair and keeps it in the offensive zone for themselves. St. Clair, but having a very tough time right now getting this one actually in control of the WVZU zone and actually finding an opportunity here for themselves. So Rots in the corner up against Spoods. Spoods looking to clear this one, and he is going to get interfered with ever so slightly, but flicking it over his opponent, and now picking it into the corner himself, centering out the ball, but no connection to be made. Spoods with a demo, and it is going to go back over to the St. Clair zone. They got to reset here once again. The demo respawn will come through for WVU. Fall's going to go down once again, though, here now. And St. Clair, as much as they are getting these demos to try to open things up, this ball hasn't really gotten that many good shots on the side of West Virginia's net. There's one there, but Falls, once again, with a save.
Yeah, they're keeping it in the zone, but the shots just aren't there. Meanwhile, when West Virginia finds themselves in the Saints zone, the shots are consistent as Falls with a nice little save there from Comp's shot. Jay trying to set something up here for Spoods, but it's 3 players in the net to be able to dodge that, and Spoods comes back in for the rebound. And that is 1-1. 1 minute left in game 1 here, and we got ourselves a minute ahead of us. In my opinion, the next goal probably going to win the game. I mean, these teams are so close, and they're so good at these defensive plays, at keeping it in the zone, that I think it really comes out to who gets this initial pressure here.
Yeah, Spoods did a great job there on that play of really finding his openings and making it through. He actually picked up his own rebound, which you do not see every day. Typically, it's one of your teammates picking up that rebound because he can do it fairly efficiently and quick. But Spoods, he had a good amount of boost. He was able to wrap back around and scoop that one up, throwing it in the net for St. Clair, putting it now at 1-1, which is 35 seconds left. I completely agree with what you were saying here, Josh. And this next goal is going to have so much of an impact to it. Going to be so pivotal. A great shot coming on the net, but Falls able to make it back in time to make that save. And now sitting around the WVU zone, St. Clair wants to get a few final shots off here as this timer does tick down to the 0 marker. Comp right in front of the net will be in possession very shortly until Magic interferes and is looking to make up a play of his own. Jay coming through, interfering once again, and now we're at a stalemate with 8 seconds left.
Yeah, 8 seconds left on the clock. The ball is in Saints zone. WVU looking to try and make something happen. Will the ball hit the ground? And we are going into overtime.
Game 1. I mean, this is going to be a great matchup. I mean, this is going to set the tone for this best-of-7 series, in my opinion. And honestly, the winner of this Game 1 will have such a good start in this one. Just have the momentum start in their favor, have a 1-0 advantage. Really will go a long way in this best-of-7 series. As much as it is a best-of-7 rather than a best-of-5, 1-0 leads still have such an impact. So Rots, a nice shot. Spoods will save. That was a very quick and efficient shot from Rots. I was very happy to see St. Clair being able to take that one away, but what a nice play there from West Virginia. Falls is looking to keep the pressure on here as well.
Yeah, West Virginia, it's just the consistent barrage of shots that is coming in as the Saints starting to take it out of that zone, but Rots once again there at the halfway marker to just make that clear, keep it in the blue side zone. Magic going to do the same, but Jay finds the demo on him. They're 1 player up now. Saints have some time to make something work here. Comp coming in through midfield. He's going to take it up. Nice little reset onto the ball, setting it up, but it's going to be Falls actually taking it back out. The setups are there, but the shots just aren't for the Saints. Whoa. As WVU is just laying on the shots every time they're in the zone. Jay finds the demo onto Magic. Falls trying to make it in here.
Rots has been very good about finding these quick shots that are making things very difficult for the side of St. Clair to save. Falls for one there, and it will go in. That is going to be the lead for WVU here in this series with a 2-1 win in Game 1 with 80 seconds of overtime play coming through. West Virginia will take it in the best-of-7, leading 1-0. Now St. Clair left to answer back.
Yeah, that was a close one. That was a close one, but honestly, I feel like WVU kind of had a hold of the game the most of the time, right? A lot of time in the Saints zone. I'm not sure if we can get the stats here quickly, but we should be seeing, it seemed like WVU, the amount of shots on net were just there. Look at this here, 6 shots on net for the Saints, and we're looking at 9 there for WVU. Finding an extra 3 shots, so closer than I thought it was actually, but I don't know, it just seemed like every time the shots were there for WVU, they were a lot closer than a lot of Saints attempts there. And the saves were there too for WVU. They'd often find putting like two to three players on that net there to try and clear it out. And it worked out for them in the end. As we're getting into game 2 here, kickoff going to start. And it's Jay who actually finds a demo immediately. But once again, finding the ball in the Saints zone. Comp being forced to try and clear it out here.
We saw in that game 1 here, Josh, that it was a very low-scoring game. 3 goals scored throughout the course of that 6 minutes and 20 seconds of play. Do you think we continue to see, this low-scoring 1 goal per every 2-minute average type game? Or do you think we see the tempo start to rise here as players start to get a little bit more warmed up, tensions start to get a little bit higher? What do you think we see?
That is the question. I mean, we often see, with how these teams are, I think we could definitely be seeing another close game, and even in this first 40 seconds here, we may be seeing it, but it's a shot that is going to be saved by Spoods. Yeah, but I definitely think we could be seeing another slow game, but you know how it is with Rocket League. Once one team finds that lead, can all start tumbling from there. The snowball is real as Jay hits one off the crossbar, and Comp is there for the rebound. He's going to find it.
A 1-0 lead for St. Clair exactly 1 minute into this game. Jay, it looked like a very good opportunity, but going off the post, we'll be glad to have Comp there to assist and picks that one up, finds the back of the net. St. Clair will actually be leading for the first time in this series here now, and what can they do with it? Will they find another to build up a cushion for themselves, or will be Magic soaring through and finding a goal for himself here? We'll find out in just a moment, but with that one being said, a 1-goal lead is nothing to get too comfortable here about. You definitely still got to keep the pressure on, keep the offensive going, and try your best here in this game to try to find an answer back and tie the series up at 1-1 going into a game 3.
Yeah, ball once again here in the zone, and it's Magic with a quick one. Assist from Rots there off the ceiling of the backboard there. Yeah, it was the backboard there, and Magic just perfectly set up. Comp just a little out of position, and that is going to tie it up. Like you said, you cannot be, trying to roll with a 1-goal lead because it's just not enough in a game like Rocket League that can flip so fast.
Game that can flip so fast indeed here. So a minute and a half has already been down on the clock, and we've already seen 2 goals here. So we're on pace for what's looking like a little bit higher of a scoring game than we have seen our past couple. Jay trying to go in and make an individual play, but it will not go. And now the ball in possession of WVU. Comp, though, quick to intercept and actually make a play of his own here, but it's going to go right into the corner as Jay is picking this one up. It's going to go sky high, and that's Spoods coming down, trying to find some sort of a shot, but will not come through. And now Jay once again for another opportunity, but it's just going to be sent over to WVU, now bouncing out towards midfield.
Yeah, once again, WVU finding their way into the Saints zone. Fall's going to be trying to make something here, but it's Magic. Wow, what an angle he found on that one. Spoods is there for the save, but the shots keep coming in onto the net. Comp finding a demo right after a save of his own, and it's Rots and Magic once again keeping the play in the Saints zone. Jay gonna send one long to try and clear it out here. Falls is here. Rots is there for the contest as Spoods trying to set one up for his teammates here. Taking it out to this left corner. Ball gonna lose a lot of momentum there as it starts bouncing around. And it's gonna be Rots passing it over to Falls as they start setting one up here. It's just Comp for the save, but Spoods is coming in on the rotation. He's ready there.
Yeah, Spoods and Jay on the back line now looking to translate this one into some sort of a play for themselves. We're down to under 2 minutes left on the clock, so time is definitely starting to become a factor here before these two teams in this game as we're at 1:50 seconds, and Spoods looking to claw back to get onto a defensive position as we do see the side of West Virginia starting to approach that St. Clair net as Comp will be quick there to send this one into the air and tries to get it by his opponent being Rots, but Rots with a good deflection trying to find a shot, but Jay going to make the save for the side of St. Clair in this one. 90 seconds left here, Josh. This is anybody's game. Once again, a 1-1 scoreline. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see another overtime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's so tight once again, but there's still about 80 seconds left on the clock. The two teams, they're trying to make their way with this ball, but it's just not enough. Once again, another shot coming in. Jay with the save. Wow. Just so close here. Both teams going back and forth, saves and clears constantly. But with these first two games being as tight as they are, it's really hard to discern which team really has the advantage.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to see who has the advantage in this one with just 45 seconds left. I mean, this is still, like we were saying, anybody's game. Spoods, he's trying to not make it anybody's game and find a goal for St. Clair, put them back in the advantage as Jay is following up, looking for a last effort shot here as well, but will not go, and it's now St. Clair forced back on the defense. Falls will bank it off the backboard a little bit there, trying to just set it up towards that St. Clair net, and it won't work out too bad, is because some opportunities were made for WVU here now, but ultimately were sent away from the side of St. Clair. Magic with a big demo onto Comp, going to eliminate him from the play for a few moments as Jay single-handedly trying to take this one through, but Magic not allowing that one to happen. Falls back into the play here now. Comp trying to interfere, but falls for a shot with just 10 seconds left. That was a very close one, and Jay now for this last effort kind of opportunity off the backboard sends it right in front of the net, but nobody there for St. Clair, as now this ball will touch the overtime, or sorry, this ball will touch the ground. We will see overtime. There it is, back-to-back, game 1 and 2, same score line, overtime. This is crazy here, Josh.
Yeah, this is crazy. When I said as we get into playoffs, the games get closer, I didn't mean this close, all right? I was definitely expecting some, even just like a 2-3 goal game. It's not often that you see teams that are so like dead even, stalling each other out, that you're bringing it to overtime 1-1, 2 games in a row. Definitely interesting to see here. Rots finding one onto Comp, but the demo going to be traded back from Jay.
Oh my god, the demo after demo after demo here coming through from either side. We're 40 seconds through in overtime. Falls will be the one in possession of the ball here right now, but being quickly sent away. It's going to be Rots with a shot just above. It's going to go off the crossbar. Falls trying to come in for a rebound play, but Spoods is going to be a masterclass on the defense there right now as Jay sending it in the air. Spoods and Comp quick to defend, and it is now going to be over towards the WVU net. Magic going to be here with Comp in a 50-50. Comp going to kind of try to take that one away as Jay will come through with a shot. Going to go right off the top right corner. Not able to make anything happen. Jay now keeping it in front of the WVU net, but now just a minute and 10 seconds into overtime, and we still have seen not a crazy amount of progression from either of these two teams.
Spoods finding his way through the 2 defenders, but it's Magic coming back with the rotation to be able to grab the ball. He's bringing it back into Saints zone. Falls with a nice little juke there on Jay, as it's going to be Comp finds himself with control of the ball. There's so many demos in this game, I feel like it's team deathmatch. Holy, we are getting in here, and Jay finds the goal to take game 2 for the Saints, and that is going to be 1-1 in the series. 2 insanely close games.
Yeah, Jay with a very, very nice goal on that one, and it is going to tie things up here now at the series count of being 1-1. We're essentially now from a best of 7 to the best of 5 we were talking about. So
yeah,
with that one being said, 2 very, very even games. The momentum is in nobody's favor here as of right now. If you look at things, you see 12 shots from WVU compared to the 6 of St. Clair. So that's something that's very interesting.
Yeah.
St. Clair had 50% of the shots that the side of WVU had. St. Clair's were just a little bit better of shots that were able to connect on the back of the net. However, I'm still not that much of a fan of that stat line from the St. Clair perspective. I feel like we should be seeing a little bit more shots on net, even if they aren't the most ideal shots. They work. You don't score unless you shoot, so maybe seeing a little bit more of those would be nice. But the saves, the defense was looking very strong from St. Clair. They did a good job of contesting the midfield play. They did a good job of contesting their own net. I'd just like to see that offense just turned up a little bit more. It's not the offense I'm quite used to seeing here from St. Clair.
Yeah, there was definitely...
There it is.
Oh, wow, the offense turning it up in the first 8 seconds here as Comp going to find the first goal of Game 3. But yeah, like you were saying, you got to see the offense coming out from St. Clair, and there's a nice little one to just weave through the defenders and find its way into the net. But a lot of the goals and the shots that we were seeing last game were just a little too wide, or Jay or Comp would come in. Wow! It's Falls trading it back immediately.
Just 6 seconds later.
Before 15 seconds has passed in this game here. Wow.
2 kickoff goals coming through for each of these two teams. And this 1-1 scoreline that we have been seeing for minutes upon minutes upon minutes is going to continue to haunt us here on our screen as both teams are tied up. Falls with a nice demo onto Spoods. But yeah, I feel like one thing we were talking about a little bit is Magic will find another. West Virginia is now going to rack up a couple. We went from having 3-goal games in our first 2 games after 6-7 minutes of play. But here now in this one, 21 seconds are through. through, and we got 3 goals scored here already. West Virginia will be leading 2-1 as St. Clair is forced to answer back here. Now, Magic is still looking for more as well, and I feel like St. Clair, one of these teams, is playing a little bit too strong of a defense here now as they are an offensive team. As what I've been seeing from St. Clair all season long is these strong offensive plays. They might sacrifice a little bit of their defense for that offense, but it all works out in the end of the day, and I feel like that is something we need to see here right now. A little bit of these sacrifices when it comes to their defense for their offense.
Yeah, for sure. And coming out in this first minute, it's like we're seeing 2 separate teams here in terms of aggression. I mean, both teams just finding great opportunities, with West Virginia finding the second one for themselves, but Rot's going to come in here. Once again, the aggression coming through, Comp coming in from above.
Wow.
It's a reset, but it's going to be Falls with the save.
And that was on the goal line too.
Yeah.
That was not a some sort of an easy save. That was a last second save coming through from Falls. So a nice shot from St. Clair, but a better save will come through for the side of West Virginia as they do still hold on to the lead here as another minute has passed by on the clock. Falls in midfield looking for this one as Comp sends it up into the air and is actually going to pass it over to Jay. A shot is opened up. The rebound is there. Not able to be found. Magic going to send that one away and will be getting the clear as West Virginia looking to maintain this 1-goal lead they have found for themselves. Now about just 3 minutes or so remaining. St. Clair, the time's not getting concerning as of yet, but it will be momentarily.
Yeah, it will be there. 3 minutes about left on the clock here as teams just looking to make a play. Comp going to be coming in, trying to set something up. But you've got 2 defenders here in this corner trying to shut you down. But it's Jay there who's there with the assist, trying to keep it in the zone here. He's actually going to rotate back out, leaving Comp and Spoods here for the aggressive plays. But it's just going to be WVU passing it around, clearing it back out. And once again, we are going to start the aggression on the Saints side as they try to keep it in this zone here.
Yeah, this one is going to be now Spoods just in the corner trying to contest this one up against Rots. Nothing will come through as we do see this one now getting sent over towards the West Virginia zone. Rots here looking to translate this one into potentially another goal for the side of WVU as well, but not going to come through. Just going to go a little bit wide. Still in the St. Clair zone, though, is West Virginia trying to fire away some more shots on the net. And this is where we really have been seeing, that last game stat, the 12 shots to the 6 coming through a little bit more. West Virginia has been finding consistent offensive pressure, finding consistent shots on the net, where St. Clair hasn't been able to find those openings as much here. That is going to be a nice little shot there, but quickly, once again, deflected away, not able to get that one in front of the net and try to set things up for themselves. Now, with under 2 minutes remaining, the time is starting to become a little bit more of a worry for the Saints.
Yeah, for sure. You're seeing that timer tick down. The Saints, the pressure is definitely on for them to make some aggressive plays here. And once again, we're seeing them just be stifled in the zone by WVU. The saves, the defensive play from WVU is great. Look at that challenge to shut down Comp as he brings it back out, but Falls once again there for the trade right on the crossbar, or there for the save as Comp comes in once again trying to set something up. Spoods, he's set up in the middle, but it's just going to go high, and there is just not enough of there's just not enough of an opportunity for the Saints to even try and make something happen here. The setup's not happening just as much as they were.
Yeah, one thing I'd really like to point out about that is the fact that WVU isn't playing as much of a standard defensive setup when it comes through here. They aren't playing as a specific goalie in their net or anything along those lines. No, they will be playing a very wide out and extended defense. So they're going to be playing outside of the crease. They're going to be playing just before that midfield range and really eliminate these plays as they're trying to get set up, rather than allowing the plays to get set up and then trying to stop the shot that comes off of those setup plays. And that is exactly what West Virginia is doing very, very well to eliminate the progression from St. Clair coming through. So once again, we're looking at another 3-goal game. This time, as just 25 seconds remain, St. Clair needs to tie this one up if they do want to force another one here back into their favor. But otherwise, just 18 seconds away from West Virginia taking a 2-1 series lead and starting to try to run away with things here in this one as Magic comes through with another shot, but Jay is going to be able to defer that one away.
This is it. 7 seconds left. Comp trying to make something happen here. Jay moving backwards, trying to set something up mid here, but there is just not enough time. Will the ball fall? Spoods trying to save it, but there it is. That is going to be game 2 going over to WVU. great game. They took the lead in that first, what was it, like 40 seconds there, and just ran with it. Played perfect defense there. Look, they only needed 3 shots on net that game. They just played defense for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they actually won when it came to terms of shots on net there. St. Clair had 7, they had 3. They just found these really good openings very early on. And it's very interesting because we didn't see the scoreline change after the first 21 seconds of this game.
Yeah,
we did not see a goal scored after it was 4:39 on the clock, which is crazy to see. So now we have a long progression with no goals here coming through. St. Clair will be trying to regain some momentum for themselves as West Virginia has taken this one, but we are going to be immediately hopping in now to game number 4 as St. Clair need to find something to answer back. Otherwise, this is going to put West Virginia up onto the series point here with this game win if they do find this one. So St. Clair really looking for it, trying to tie up the series at 2-2 in this 4th game. No early goals. Look at that. We already saw 3 goals at this point in the game, last game.
Yeah, it really is crazy to think about. But yeah, so fast and so explosive at the starting of the last game, and then we moved back into what we had seen in the first 2 games of just that slow play, both teams clearing it out, some crazy saves coming through. But yeah, man, it was just too much for the Saints to deal with last game as they try to set something up early here, but it's Jay's shot that's going to find itself bouncing off the backboard. Falls there for the save as the rest of the Saints going to be rotating back here. Spoods stuck in this corner. Jay and Comp. Comp actually going to find himself demoed as it's just Jay and Spoods left to try and make this save here.
St. Clair's had a few shots on the net as of here now in the early game of this one, so just a little unfortunate for themselves to not be able to find any of those ones to connect onto the back of the net, but all is well. They will look to regain here now as there is still lots and lots of game left, but already a minute and a half down. This time in the first minute and a half of the game, we are going to be scoreless, so sticking with this 3 goals or under kind of format is what we've been seeing, but Comp will open us up with our first here. A very nice play as Spoods in the corner, gonna send that one right over the top of Fall's car. Rotz will accidentally bump him out of the way, and Comp from above will come through, knocks it home, and St. Clair gonna find the first goal, finding the advantage here in game number 4. Now they just gotta find some more comfortability for them with themselves. They gotta find another goal. They gotta do whatever they can here to be able to capitalize on this lead they already have for themselves.
Yeah, they've really got to find themselves. Honestly, to be truly comfortable in this game, you got to find yourself that second goal. WVU has been so good at coming back and then finding a little bit of a lead for themselves. And they're just not giving the Saints any room to breathe here. Once again, off the backboard there as Jay finds his own demo. 2 players in the WVU zone here, but it's Magic who's actually going to come back up in time as Spoods trying to keep the ball in play here for the Saints.
Yeah, Comp with some nice ones. Falls will actually go down from the demo. Now approaching the halfway marker here in this game. It is St. Clair trying to find a second goal for themselves. Build that cushion. There it is! Comp will find his second. Lightning will strike as he sends that one into the bottom corner. Jay, a very nice clear from the St. Clair zone. Comp coming down from above and a nice angle to tuck it away in that bottom right corner. A save that is going to be very, very hard for WVU to actually make here now. So halfway through this one, St. Clair has found their largest lead of the game, actually the largest lead of a game that we've seen from either team right now. 2-0 goal advantage from St. Clair. How will West Virginia be able to answer back? I don't know if it's going to be too well because, like we said, we have not seen a team score more than 2 goals in a series as of yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen that just yet this series, but man, if Falls has anything to say about it, he's going to let us know. Wow, the Saints really changing the pace this game and finding those shots on net. Not only does it seem like a lot more shots than West Virginia, but the shots are a lot closer this game than what we've seen from the Saints. The setups are there, but Falls trying to set one up for his own teammate, but it's Magic who's going to come in wide. Rot's trying to shoot it into this corner here, get a little bit of a play started, but it's going to be Comp actually taking it out himself. Spoods bouncing it back off the corner. Jay going to be rotating back here for the defense as Magic once again trying to set one up towards midfield, but it's going to be Jay or Comp that takes it and runs with it
Comp's had like 4 shots this game already. He's really starting to fire away on the net. Comp does not want to be sent home here in the round of 16.
Yeah, he is not trying to find himself in that loser's bracket. He is finding himself in winners if he has anything to say about it. Spood's going to be battling here with Falls for the ball. Magic, once again, another shot shut down, and it's Comp with the save.
Comp on both sides of the ball making big plays here. 50 seconds remain, and West Virginia, you got a lot of task ahead of you here to try to come back and try to even up the score line here now. He's got to find about a goal every 20 seconds or so if you do want to even this one up and come back and force an OT in the game 4. So St. Clair, if they can just play their lockdown defense like they have, like plays like that from Jay, to be able to deflect this one away and help out and get Spoods and Comp to clear this one through is exactly what you do need. As Comp is looking for more here, looking for the hat trick in this game number 4. Not able to find it quite yet, but it is looking like with the time remaining, St. Clair is in a fairly good position to tie things up at the series score line. Looking at a 2-2 game unless West Virginia has some sort of a last-second play, but with Comp clearing the ball, that should seal things up for the Saints. That should put us now to a 2-2 series scoreline. 4 games are down here now, Josh, and we have got a very even series here between these two teams.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that game right there, a 2-0, that's the highest goal lead we have seen in this entire series right now. Throughout all points in all of the games, right? No team has found themselves with that 2-0 lead just yet. But wow, look at that. Comp, 6 shots on net there. More than all of WVU combined. But once again, I mean, it's coming down to this defensive play that is happening.
For
Comp
me,
was everywhere that game.
For me personally right now, it's whatever team hops in the driver's seat of this game. Whatever team will come out there and force these offensive plays is what team is coming away with the wins. When we see St. Clair and have Comp just really be like, all right, I don't care, I'm forcing these offensive plays. Regardless of what happens, this offensive play is happening. We're not going to be trying to play for our default setup is how they've been finding these goals because West Virginia is just applying too much of this man-to-man pressure onto St. Clair to allow them to try to be able to set up. Their setups are not working out too fantastically here as they just always are getting interfered with. West Virginia, they're getting very good at interfering these passes when it comes between St. Clair members. So St. Clair going to go for a little bit more of these single-handedly plays here now, and Comp will prove out just how well it was working for him in that last one. And now St. Clair tying things up after the first 4. We are headed in game 5 here, and this is going to be where you really pull away because the winner of this game gets put on series point and gives you such an advantage here in things, Josh.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the adjustment. One thing we noticed a lot from the Saints last game is they're taking this ball high. Comp finds himself, and Comp opening it up early. Like you said, it's who hops in the driver's seat of this game. No pun intended. But yeah, it's just whoever takes that aggression first and takes the lead. And then it's the other team that finds themselves under pressure in this game. And that really is when the holes in your game start to open up as a team.
That shot from Comp right there wasn't even that fast off the car, wasn't even that well of a setup. He just got in there, got gritty, and really forced that play to come through and happen. He came in, tossed it over these enemy lines, and made a really soft shot, and it worked out because he placed it well and timed it very well. So St. Clair, with that 1-0 advantage, they're immediately looking for more as they are trying to set up some more of these offensive plays. As a minute has already passed down on the clock, this is looking good. St. Clair to have the lead in this one. They are looking to find another goal, build themselves a little bit of that cushion that we are talking about, and see what they can do with that. So Spoods in the air is looking to send this one over to the West Virginia territory. Falls here trying to intercept, but Magic is going to be the one to clear it out immediately. And St. Clair's fine with this. If this burns a little bit of time off the clock, so be it. You are still leading in this game. So when the clock does tick down, it works out. Spoods single-handedly runs from crease to crease, from coast to coast, and will find this one in the air. So much boost to his name. A nice little flick there, not able to be saved for the side of West Virginia. Magic very close to being able to interfere with that play, just not able to. St. Clair, a multi-goal advantage. Last time we saw them with a 2-0 lead, they closed that game out. And honestly, it's looking good for them to try to close out this one here as well.
Yeah, for sure. Instantly, Spoods getting aggressive again, trying to take it in there as Comp bringing it once again, coming high as it's Jay who's going to try and convert off of this. Another shot coming in. That's Spoods with 2 this game.
A great passing play between all 3 members.
Yeah.
It was a triple commit, but at different times. So Comp came through with the first shot. It got rebounded. Jay came through with that rebound. As Jay is rebounding and shooting his other shot, Comp's already on his way back to get boost and back to the defense, where then that shot doesn't come through for Jay, and then Spoods is able to come in for the 3rd rebound and just knocks it away without it being a total risk of a triple commit. Really nice place from St. Clair, and another for Comp! St. Clair's heating up in this one, a 4-0 lead here now. You were talking about this earlier. If teams find momentum in Rock League to a significant manner, they will start to run away with things, and St. Clair is proving that here right now. 4 goals in the last minute and 52 seconds. West Virginia having a really tough time trying to slow them down. St. Clair's in a great position to try to force this series point.
I'm in like pure shock right now, just based off of what is happening. I mean, we've watched 4 games of this series, and it looks like 2 completely different teams right now. This looks like a different series, just with how many shots are being landed on net, and the way that Saints have changed their game. Really, the setups are being found, and that is 5-0.
They've all found a goal on their team here now. Spoods, Comp, Jay, they've all connected in the back of the net. St. Clair, they're just trying to seal the deal here in the Game 5, and you can definitely see some of the WVU communication is really just putting them out of loop for this game. It seems as if almost they're already on a kind of a GG go next kind of phase. So St. Clair just trying to lock this game up, but West Virginia, I feel like the big thing for you is I've seen 5-0 comebacks in Rocket League. It is not a thing that is impossible to do. Keep things in order, keep the communications in play, and try to find these shots, try to find your opportunities. Even if it's not a map win, a game win here in game number 5, it still could be a momentum booster helping you in game number 6 and 7, etc.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, having that momentum boost definitely helps, and it almost seems like Saints just said, they came into this game and said, you know, we're done with these close games. We're done with this pressure. We're done with just like the mental pressure that it puts on, so we are going to pad our lead quickly here. And now Saints, like, they really don't have to be aggressive here, but they're going to keep getting aggressive. That is a hat trick for Comp there coming into this. Now we've got 3 goals on Comp, 2 on Spoods, 1 from Jay. Nice little assist there from Jay, setting it up for Comp. They are not stopping. They are not even content with a 5-goal lead. They're going to make it 6-0.
Yeah, now if there's 2 minutes left on the clock, I feel like it's just a matter of time. I mean, unless West Virginia can somehow do what St. Clair just did and turn this one completely around, but I just don't know if there's anything stopping that St. Clair momentum they're currently on. And finding a lead of this margin before any team is on series point is really going to help out St. Clair when it does come to this game number 6. When it does come to these final moments, St. Clair will have that jump on their opponent. They will be able to come through and force things into their favor. So St. Clair here now looking to just carry on, maybe even find a couple more goals and just improve that team morale a little bit more heading into game 6 or 7. As St. Clair, with a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, just trying to seal the deal. Maybe find a few more goals, pad those stat lines up a little bit more here in this game. But with that one being said, West Virginia, they got a lot of work here now to do to try to answer back to this St. Clair series. Well, not series point as of quite yet, but looking like a series point squad. Falls, though, will come through, starting to climb back for West Virginia, finding a goal on the board. Falls doing a great job with that one, sneaking around Comp, the defender. Jay Spoots here, all 3 defenders that will sneak by Falls. Nice plays. West Virginia at least trying to keep themselves in this one.
Yeah, after that, Saints not going to find the shutout in this game. But, I mean, when you're sitting here in West Virginia's position, you've got a minute left on the clock with 5 goals to make up. That is almost a goal every 12 seconds here. They got to try and find something. Falls with a demo to start it off, but this is already too much time with the ball in their zone to be trying to take this game back into their hands. 45 seconds on the clock. It really seems like it's just a matter of time here.
Yeah, at this point in time, it seems to have more of less, if not... It's more not if not if, it's more of if not when, the kind of thing right here, right? So St. Clair, 30 seconds left on the clock. As soon as this one does look to wrap up, it is going to be St. Clair trying to take this one home. 5 goals here need to be scored for West Virginia, about a 5-second a goal average. You need to find kickoff goals on every single play, but with the time continuously ticking down, St. Clair still keeping possession of this ball. It does look like we will be able to wrap things up. So St. Clair will be finding game number 5 in this best of 7, advancing to a 3-2 advantage, heading into game number 6 here now. And West Virginia, your back's against the wall. You had that 2-1 series lead, but St. Clair answered back with 2-game wins in a row. And now if you are from the side of WVU, you got to turn up and try to answer back for 2 in a row yourself, or else you will be seeing a lower bracket run your way.
Yeah,
So,
and as we're about to see the game end up here, it is going to be... Oh, we've already seen one leave the match, actually.
It's just going to be a game of keep up at this point in time, right? It's like when the child game trying to keep the balloon up in the air. No, you're just trying to keep a ball up in the air. But that is going to be GG's across the board. Game number 5 will wrap up. Your St. Clair Saints will find that one a 3-2 series advantage here. Oh, man, it's nice to see best of 7s. It's very
nice to see best of 7s because right now the series would have ended, right? But we've got theoretically up to 2 more games ahead of us. So definitely tight here, and wow, just look at that. Falls not in the lobby anymore as he moved on to ready up to the next game, but just the amount of shots we saw that game, so much higher on the Saints side of things.
The shot to goal ratio for the Saints was crazy because they found maybe 8 shots there, but they scored 6 of them. That is the crazy thing. Usually if you see like a third of your shots, half your shots making their way into the goal, you're very happy about that. But never mind making like 80% of your shots turn in and translate into goals themselves. Very good stuff. So resetting here now, everybody back into this one for this next game. Is Knight a new player?
Yeah, it seems like Falls has
a
actually
substitute
been
coming in
out for this.
No, Falls is still in. Falls is still in.
Oh, it's not Falls who has been moved out. Was it Rots then?
Yeah, so we have Falls, we have Knight, and then we do have one more from the side of West Virginia, but very interesting.
It is, okay, so it's Magic who was actually swapped out there, and it's going to be Knight coming in here. We're going to see how he slots into this team. Some adjustments coming out from WVU. Let's see how it works out for them. Knight already putting in some work as he's shutting down St. Clair's setup there.
Yeah, Knight really coming in here trying to send this one home for WVU. Maybe Magic was the sub all along and Knight's the starter. Who knows? We never really know what could be happening, what could be coming through here today. So maybe a little bit stronger of a West Virginia roster comes through here compared to the Game 5 here in the Game 6. We will never know. We will find out. Only time will tell here as St. Clair is looking to clean this one up. One more game is all it's needed. Spoods coming through the shotgun and be sent a little high off the crossbar, trying to get rebounded, but 2 players there for WVU to quickly intercept the play. Spoods going to be in possession of this one here as Knight is trying to contest that one up, but Jay is here on the possession of that one as well. So just some bouncing around over towards midfield, but man, oh man, we're already a minute 30 down, and compared this time in the game, last game, we saw a few goals already scored.
Yeah, for sure. The time just flies so fast in Rocket League when all these shots are coming onto the net. It's Falls who's going to save that one from Jay as it's Spoods trying to keep it in play for the Saints here. Falls once again finding himself in this zone, setting one up off of the backboard there, but it's a little too wide for Knight to find one. Rot's going to be flying into the net there, just missing the ball. And it's going to be sent back into orange zone here. And the reason I love seeing subs come in games is because it means that coach and that team, they've got a game plan in mind for this player and why they're subbing in this player. So we are going to see, maybe they think that Knight is the cure to try and shut down St. Clair here. And we are already back to an even game, of another close game.
It's nice to see that one coming through, and Knight, the substitute, the player coming in game number 6 will make an impact on the scoreline. West Virginia will regain an advantage here for themselves in game number 6, trying to force this game 7 in this best of 7, as it is going to be St. Clair falling down to a 1-0 deficit here up to against West Virginia, and this is definitely making an impact in things. Knight coming through in this game, definitely making West Virginia look a little stronger, and bouncing back from a 6-1 loss and answering and opening things up with a goal for yourself is exactly what you do need to turn things around, set the momentum back into your favor, and to try to come through and close out this game number 6.
Yeah, that's the thing. Having an extra player on your roster there, it really makes you so much more versatile because there's always going to be players that just play better into other styles of play. And coming into this game here, that's already what we're seeing as Knight, making the adjustments necessary to take the lead in this game 6 here, not trying to let St. Clair run away with this series point. As Comp trying to keep it in the corner here for his team. Spoods trying to make something happen, but it's Jay coming in with the boost rotation who's actually going to be keeping it in here. But there's the clear coming out from WVU. And it is once again going to be Comp. Just the hot potato from side to side here. Both teams not giving an inch, but we know how Rocket League works. There is going to be 1 second with an opening, but it's going to be contested as the ball goes high.
Yeah, this is now left with just 1:20 on our clock here, Josh. 80 seconds for St. Clair trying to tie this one up and potentially end it in Game 6. Otherwise, West Virginia will come through and force a Game 7. More shots coming onto the net from Rots and company for the side of WVU. St. Clair, they need to do something here to try to end this one out in a Game 6 format. But with that being said, they're finding a really tough time now having to compete with this new combined 3 players from West Virginia as the defense is looking very, very strong. Once again here, shots trying to come in, but no connections are able to be made. No openings are able to be made as of yet as players are rotating, diving on through. Jay looking to try to find a shot, won't work out. Rots here firing away, and honestly, West Virginia only have to hold on to this lead now for 40 more seconds.
Yeah, they've definitely got the time and the resources to do so, but it's Spoods trying to run away with the ball here. West Virginia, though, not going to let him. Believe it was Falls there who was just on his tail the whole time. Knight going to be making it there with the clear. Knight setting up in the other zone as well. 20 seconds left for Saints to try and make something happen, but the shots have just not been there this game for them. And it looks like it could possibly be WVU coming away with this. 10 seconds left on the clock. Saints, they're in the orange zone. They've got the time to try and make something happen, but Comp's got to be on the rotation here. The ball is going to go high. We're seeing 1 second. Will it touch the ground? Spoods is there for the setup, and it's Jay coming in, but the shot is not there as it bounces off the crossbar, bar down, but not into the net. And that is going to be WVU finding their 3rd game in this series, bringing us to the final game of the best of 7, 3-3.
Wow. It does not get closer than this. We knew this West Virginia St. Clair game was going to be a close one. We knew these teams were definitely a little bit even matched here going in now into the series. We are going to be seeing a Game 7 come through. Something we haven't seen personally, at least on the Saints Gaming CA channel, in quite some time when it has came to Saints Rocket League. So Game 7 just around the corner here in just a couple moments. And looking at the time, it looks like we're probably going to be jumping right into our next game here after this, as they're probably going to be fairly ready for that one. So action-packed night of Rocket League here as we're going to be jumping from best of 7s from best of 7s. Here we are. Game 7. Knight will open us up with a nice shot. Comp will sneak away. Oh my goodness. Starting things off with a bang. WVU looking to pick up right where they left off with that 1-goal advantage. Comp, though, with a nice demo. Trying to open things up for Spoods. Spoods coming over across. Sends it across the front side of the net. No goals able to be found as of yet. Jay on the back line coming in for some rebounds. It's just deflected away. Rots here with a shot. Spoods going to be in the corner for the save, but demo down. Could create some problems. Rots in the corner is going to be flicked away. Jay for the save, coming through, making these big plays happen. But look at this. West Virginia keeping so much pressure on the St. Clair net. They are looking like they are here to try to win. And St. Clair, nobody able to stop the goal. Knight has came in and has found 2 for himself. West Virginia starting things off with a bang here in game number 7.
Is Knight just the Saints' kryptonite right now? I mean, he's coming in here, finding both the goals necessary, not only to take the lead and run with it in that last game, but now finding the lead here in this first minute as Spoods trying to change the story here. Change it up, trying to make it 1-1. There it is. The setups are there, but it's 3 players from WVU in that zone for the defense. They're ready for the contest. Knight once again here. Knight seems to just be there to shut down St. Clair every time, but also find the offensive opportunities for himself. Demo from Jay, though. That is going to be allowing them to come in here. Jay going to find himself in the net there as Rots is taking it far. Jay, he's high up there, but it's Falls. It's going to come in with the contest.
Yeah, and Rots was there on the back line, making sure that he was there for the save if need be as well. And we'll come away with that one, as well as a demo and a comp here actually as well. So looking very, very good at trying to eliminate these St. Clair defenders as they try to find an opening for themselves. Rots with a shot, but Jay will sneak that one through into a save and time. St. Clair, though, still down by a goal. Still more shots coming on the net from the side of West Virginia. If you're St. Clair, you got to turn things around right here fairly soon. I know there's still over 3 minutes left on the clock, but that 3 minutes can fly by very, very quickly. So Jay is is going to be the one to send it over to the corner right now. Not able to find any sort of early success. Spoods in the midfield trying to win this contest, but not going to go in his favor. So now we're slowly approaching the halfway marker, and this is getting a little bit more concerning for St. Clair, considering they are still trailing by this 1-0 deficit.
Yeah, they're still finding themselves a goal down here, as the time in WVU's zone is there, but the shots just aren't connecting. So many of them going wide, so many of them being saved. They really just, the opening hasn't been found, the angle hasn't been found. Will it be Comp to come in here and find it? But it's actually Rots who's going to keep, they're almost just passing it back and forth between Knight and Falls here, or between Rots and Falls there in the zone, as 3 players going to be moving up here. And there it is, Jay on the rotation. Comp with a demo, giving a little bit of time to St. Clair to try and make it out of this zone, but it's Falls finding a bit of an angle there. Oh, it's going to bounce right off the crossbar. Rots is set up, and that is going to be the second goal for WVU. Rots finding his own, coming in. Nice little bounce there. All 3 players from WVU hitting that one for the setup. Wow, perfect timing coming in there as the ball falls. No one from St. Clair even available to try and contest that. That is going to be a 2-0 lead for WVU here. Saints, they're finding themselves in a desperate position as the time keeps ticking down. Minute 50 left on the clock here.
It's going to be very difficult to claw back from this one if you are the Saints here, as it is going to be West Virginia with a 2-0 lead, and a lead of 2-0 has never given up yet in this series. We have not seen a team overcome a lead of a more substantial than a 1-goal advantage. So having West Virginia with that 2-goal cushion makes me severely concerned for the Saints. They have to find a goal in the next 40 seconds or so for me to be able to have faith in them to be able to clutch up this game number 7. Otherwise, it's just going to be ticking a little bit too down close to the timer, and just with how the Western Virginia defense has been going, I don't think it's going to work too well for St. Clair, and I think that closes it up. I think that sends it away here, Josh. I'm going to be completely honest. I know there's a minute 16 here left, but West Virginia, they just found themselves such a lead that we haven't even really seen from West Virginia yet in this series. They completely turned up here in the Game 7. Knight came through for the final 2, and like you said, he's a golden savior. He's like the Achilles heel for St. Clair here right now, coming through, making big plays with just 75 seconds remaining on the clock. St. Clair has to find 3. Definitely doable, but not an easy task.
Yeah, not an easy task for sure, especially just with how much challenges WVU is putting on them. Just so many times they're just clearing the ball back out, and that extra 5 seconds of time that from the clear, it helps them out so much. 50 seconds down on the clock here. I don't want to say it, but I think it's closed out here for the Saints. Is that the 4th goal coming in? It's not going to be, but Knight, there's so much time in the Saints zone here. Saints gotta make something happen. 35 seconds left on the clock. The time is ticking down. Yeah, you got to find that one right here if you do want to try to come back with this one. Comp knows this. He's going to try to open up a play for himself, but with Knight there on the defense and a scrimmage over toward the midfield, that one is just going to drop down back towards the St. Clair territory. Falls in possession. Jay, yeah, he's going to send this one to the corner, but I think everybody in this lobby knows here now that this one is getting quite to the point of where it is wrapped up for these two teams. Game 7 fashion, several overtimes. It was a very close one, but it is going to be GG's in going in favor to Western Virginia University, most likely now looking to go play Northwood in this next round. And Western Virginia, they're definitely going to have a tough time going this next round, but that was a very big game for themselves to win, to be able to skip a lot of these lower bracket games, where St. Clair will be headed here now just a few minutes. Actually, I think we're already actually late for our lower bracket games. It's already past 9 p.m. Yeah,
So we are
at 9:02.
We are going to be back here in just a few minutes with you guys for that lower bracket run and game number 2 here of the night, as we do try to end things off here with a win down in the lower bracket to keep ourselves alive. But with that being said, my name is Jackson Pride Brown, joined alongside Joshua Pafundi, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a few minutes for our second game.
Don't go anywhere.